Conium maculatum, Allen's keynotes, poison hemlock, family Umbelliferae, the balm of Gilead, for diseases of old maids and women during and after climacteric, especially for diseases of old men, old maids, old bachelors with rigid muscular fibers, persons with light hair who are easily excited, strong persons of sedentary habits. Debility of old people, complaints caused by a blow or fall, cancerous and scrofulous persons with enlarged glands, rigid fiber. No inclination for business or study, indolent, indifferent, takes no interest in anything. Memory weak, unable to sustain any mental effort. Morose, easily vexed, domineering, quarrelsome, scolds, will not bear contradiction. Excitement of any kind causes mental depression. Dreads being alone, yet avoids society. Granular induration of stony hardness of mammae and testicles in persons of cancerous tendency after bruises and injuries of glands. Breast sore, hard and painful before and during menstruation. Vertigo, especially when lying down or turning in bed. Moving the head slightly or even the eyes, must keep head perfectly still. On turning the head to the left of old people with ovarian and uterine complaints. Cough, in spasmodic paroxysm caused by dry spot in larynx with itching chest in throat, worse at night when lying down and during pregnancy. Great difficulty in voiding urine, flow intermits, then flows again, prostatic or uterine affections. Menses, feeble, suppressed, too late, scanty, of short duration, with rash of small red pimples over body which ceases with the flow, stopped by taking cold, by putting hands in cold water. Leucorrhea, 10 days after menses, acrid, bloody, milky, profuse, thick, intermits. Bad effects of suppressed sexual desire or suppressed menses, non-gratification of sexual instinct or from excessive indulgence. Aversion to light without inflammation of eyes, worse from using eyes in artificial light. Often the student's remedy for night work, intense photophobia. Sweat day and night as soon as one sleeps or even when closing the eyes. I repeat, sweat day and night as soon as one sleeps or even when closing the eyes. Relations. Patients requiring conium often improve from wine or stimulants, though persons susceptible to conium cannot take alcoholic stimulants when in health. Compare arnica rustox in contusions, arnica asterias in cancer, calcarea sorinum in glandular swellings. Is followed well by sorinum in tumors of mammary with threatening malignancy. Aggravation at night, lying down, turning or rising up in bed, celibacy. Conium, Homeopathic Materia Medica, poison hemlock, and old remedy rendered classical by Plato's graphic description of its employment in the death of Socrates. The ascending paralysis it produces, ending in death by failure of respiration, shows the ultimate tendency of many symptoms produced in the provings, for which conium is an excellent remedy, such as difficult gait, trembling, sudden loss of strength while walking, painful stiffness of legs, etc. Such a condition is often found in old age, a time of weakness, languor, local congestions, and sluggishness. This is the special environment that conium chooses to manifest its action. It corresponds to the debility, hypochondriasis, urinary troubles, weakened memory, sexual debility found here. Troubles at the change of life, old maids and bachelors. Growth of tumors invite it also. General feeling as if bruised by blows. Great debility in the morning in bed. Weakness of body and mind, trembling and palpitation. Cancerous diathesis, asteriosclerosis, caries of sternum, enlarged glands, acts on the glandular system, engorging and indurating it, altering its structure like scrofulous and cancerous conditions, tonic after grip, insomnia of multiple neuritis. Mind, excitement causes mental depression, depressed, timid, averse to society, and afraid of being alone. No inclination for business or study, takes no interest in anything. Memory weak, unable to sustain any mental effort. Head, vertigo when lying down and when turning over in bed, when turning head sideways or turning eyes, worse, shaking head, slight noise or conversation with others, especially towards the left. Headaches, stupefying, with nausea and vomiting of mucus, with a feeling as of foreign body under the skull. Scorched feeling on top, tightness as if both temples were compressed, worse after a meal, bruised, semilateral pains, dull occipital pain on rising in morning. Eyes, photophobia and excessive lacrimation, corneal pustules, dim-sighted, worse, artificial light. On closing eyes, he sweats. Paralysis of ocular muscles in superficial inflammations as in placental conjunctivitis and keratitis. The slightest ulceration or abrasion will cause the intense photophobia. Ears, defective hearing, discharge from ear blood colored. Nose, bleeds easily, becomes sore, polypus. Stomach, soreness about the root of tongue, terrible nausea, acrid heartburn and acid eructations. Worse on going to bed, painful spasms of the stomach, amelioration from eating and aggravation a few hours after meals, acidity and burning, painful spot the level of the sternum. Abdomen, severe aching in and around the liver, chronic jaundice and pains in right hypochondrium, sensitive, bruised, swollen, knife-like pains, painful tightness. Stool, frequent urging, hard with tenesmus, tremulous weakness after every stool, heat and burning in rectum during stool. Urine, much difficulty in voiding, it flows and stops again, interrupted discharge, dribbling in old men. Male, desire increased, power decreased, sexual nervousness with feeble erection, effects of suppressed sexual appetite, testicles hard and enlarged. Female, dysmenorrhea with drawing down thighs, mammy, lax and shrunken, hard, painful to touch, stitches in nipples, wants to press breast, hard with hand. Menses delayed and scanty, parts sensitive, breast enlarged and become painful before and during menses. Rash before menses, itching around pudenda. Unready conception, induration of os and cervix, ovaritis, ovary enlarged, indurated, lancinating pain, ill effects of suppressed sexual desire or suppressed menses or from excessive indulgence, leukorrhea after micturition. Respiratory, dry cough, almost continuous, hacking, worse evening and at night, caused by dry spot in larynx with itching in chest and throat, when lying down, talking or laughing, and during pregnancy. Expectoration only after long coughing, want of breath on taking the least exercise, oppressed breathing, constriction of chest, pains in chest. Back, dorsal pain between shoulders, ill effects of bruises and shocks to spine. Coccydynia, dull aching in lumbar and sacral region. Extremities, heavy, weary, paralyzed, trembling, hands unsteady, fingers and toes numb. Muscular weakness, especially of lower extremities. Perspiration of hands, putting feet on chair relieves pain. Skin, axillary glands pain with numb feeling down arm. Induration after contusions, yellow skin with papular eruption, yellow fingernails, glands enlarged and indurated, also mesenteric. Flying stitches through the glands, tumors piercing pains worse at night, chronic ulcers with fetid discharge, sweat as soon as one sleeps or even when closing eyes, night and morning sweat with offensive odor and smarting in skin. Modalities: worse, lying down, turning or rising in bed. Celibacy, before and during menses, from taking cold, bodily or mental exertion, better while fasting in the dark, from letting limbs hang down, motion and pressure. Relationship, compare Serenum, cancer nosode, cancerous diathesis, enlarged glands, cancer of breast, worms. Compare Hydrastis, iodum, Califos, Hyoscyamus, Curer. Dose: best in higher potencies, given infrequently, especially for growths, paretic states, etc. Otherwise 6th to 30th.